I gotta say, I didn't have the greatest time last night sleeping, struggling with some stuff. But when I did fall off to sleep, God showed me a dream or gave me a dream, and I honestly believe it was God. I don't believe it was. I don't believe the enemy would do anything encouraging. Um, but He showed me a dream or gave me a dream, and we were in a church building, and we were in the youth room, and because I felt like as a pastor, we were just small enough to, we weren't big enough yet to be in the main sanctuary, so we were just having service in the youth room. And the door just kept opening and kept opening and kept opening and kept opening. And people just flooded in, flooded in, and flooded in. And I saw people from churches that I went to down in Miami. I saw people from up here, that jobs that I worked on. And it was encouraging to me. And if there's one great thing I can take out of last night, it was that. Um, I won't lie to you, I'm sitting here, I'm absolutely tired, I don't sleep well at all. But that dream really, I haven't told my wife about it. The dream really encouraged me to keep pushing. Um, it's a lot on me mentally. I won't say much physically, but some pastors say physically preaching is a lot on them. I actually like to preach. I actually like ministry. I love it actually. I love to see people's lives change. But I know for some time I used to say, God, when God is in it, the church will grow. And that couldn't be a more false statement. It couldn't be a more false statement. But I said it because I said, when Peter preached his first message, 4,000 got saved, and he preached his second one, 5,000 got saved. So in a matter of 2 days, 9,000 got saved. And I got caught up on numbers and being big, getting a big facility, stuff like that. Even now, I've been looking, I have never stopped looking for a facility. I talked to a couple people last week about some buildings. One was 12,000 square feet. The old Plush, I don't know if you've heard of Plush before, but the old Plush building. And I hear no so often that it's almost, I don't say depressing, but it kind of throws a little water on your flame. Right? Buildings that will fit our needs perfectly. Um, I believe that will help propel us into the right direction as a ministry, get us back on track. Not that we're off track now. I keep hearing um, or the owner of the building doesn't want to lease to a church, or they don't feel comfortable with a church um, in their buildings because church people don't pay, but you know they try to always use the blessing of God to give a discount or something. You know, God told me that you want to give me this place for $500 a month. It's like 16,000 square feet, and it's I don't know why I'm over here, but I'm gonna flow with the spirit. It's just a little wet. It throws a little wetness on your flame, and because people before you have made it so bad, other churches with ghetto mentalities or poverty mentalities have made it so bad that we can't even get a building um, that will fit our needs that we couldn't afford. Um, so I say all that to say through rough times, through struggling times, through hard times, difficult times, you gotta hold on to what God has said. You gotta hold on to it, whether it be a personal word, a family word, a marriage word. Uh, you gotta hold on to it. And as Christians, we become so complacent and we're so quick to write off a word that was given to us and we know was given to us by God. We're so quick to write it off and say, well, maybe that person who gave me the word missed it. Um, maybe they didn't get it right. Maybe it was just something they felt and they were in their feelings when they said it. And it's not the truth. And though some of that does happen, you know when the word comes across and it resonates with your spirit. You know that. And we as Christians have to stop giving up so easy. I think sometimes about Hebrews chapter 12, where it says, we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses. And I choose to believe, I don't know who's in that cloud, but I choose to believe a lot of it is the disciples or the apostles, other Christians that went before us and paved the way to where we're at today. And I only imagine what they say. I can just picture Peter saying, only if I lived in this time. I can picture Paul saying, only if I lived in this time. Yeah, times are difficult here, but it's nothing compared to what they went through in their time, establishing the church. I see Martin Luther, nailing the 99 precepts or however they are statues onto the wall of the Catholic Church. And I wonder, or I always imagine him saying when he looks at what the church has become, this is not what I nailed this on the wall for. Think about Smith's Willow works. Think about, Jesus himself, God himself. We set a foundation. The disciples did not give up. Or the apostles, however you want to say it. They took the word from Jesus, which was, all power has been given to me in heaven and on earth. Go ye now, therefore, into all the nations and make me disciples of every man, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. They took that and they ran. I'm pretty sure times were tough. I'm pretty sure times were hard. I'm definitely sure we didn't have a place, air conditioning to go back to, food in the refrigerator. And I can only hear them. I really hear them saying, only if I lived in this time, what I could do for God. And it hurts my heart, right? Because they fought so hard. And my dad taught me and my brother a lot of stuff. I've had some comparisons, and some people say that me and my brother are like Martha and Benson, the sun and moon. And I always ask, how can that comparison be if my dad instilled in us the same thing? How could one be vodka, which is clear and see-through, and the other one be Hennessy, which is dark and you can't see through it, and much stronger? And I thought about it. And I talked last time my brother was up here, we almost got into it. But it was all over him being what Dad taught us to be. And we get so frustrated with family members when they're not who they were raised to be. And you know how they were raised. You know what they did or did not tolerate. They don't turn out to be who we think or we know they were raised to be. I think it's the same way with God. He designed us. We learned this on Tuesday night. He designed us. He knitted us together. And I can only imagine how frustrating it is when a quitter develops inside of us. How frustrating it is to him. Because I promise you, if we go back to the beginning of time when he was knitting you together, a quitter was never a part of your knitting. That was not any yarn or string or any needle named quitter in it. But yet we continually quit on the word. So I didn't quit. Yeah, but the word has slowly but surely left your mouth. At one point, you were speaking it every day. What it's going to be, how it's going to be, how it's going to happen. So now it's every other week, every other month, and it's a miracle that comes out your mouth. And I just believe God is calling us to change that. Oh, right here. You too, baby. It's calling me to make a difference. Don't be like the boys you see at school. Don't be like them. Be AJ. Be who God created you to be and hold on to everything He's told you. Stop worrying about being cool in somebody else's eyes and worry about being cool in God's eyes. I'm good to this too. Let us get me right. Don't give up on the world. I've had words spoken on me, and I'm not even talking about money words. Forget money words. I'm talking about relationship words. Be the light at work. Be the light at school, around your friends. Be the light, Marcel. Hold each other accountable. When faith starts to slip, hold each other accountable. I always talk about how Paul corrected Peter in front of everybody, and the Jews walked in, and they were all sitting down at the table with Gentiles eating, and Peter jumped up real quick. And Paul said, listen, you can't expect them to serve their God if you can't even sit down and eat with them just because they're Gentiles. And some Jews walked in. It was amazing what he said, but the more amazing part is that Paul corrected the leader of the church. Jesus left the church in Peter's hand. He stopped enough and cared enough to correct him. But we get, well, Pharaoh's older than me. I better not say anything. Well, that's the apostle. I better not say anything. And we let each other's words slip. I'm guilty of this. I'm guilty of this with you. I know it. I talk to your mom about it all the time. You know what? I just back off of you about basketball. Just let you enjoy yourself. But instead of being on you, Lauren, remember the word that was spoken over you. Marcel, remember the word that was spoken over you. Rhonda, remember the word that was spoken over you. Teaching, preaching, not only to the church, but to corporate America. Well, the thing we forget is that the enemy hears a word too. And he is going to strategically set things in place to try to make you forget the word that was spoken over your life. Because he knows if he can successfully take that word away from you, he'll take your fight away. He'll take it completely away. And then you just become another churchgoer. Worse said, after you're 120 years up, then you become somebody that's in the grave with a bunch of potential that never turned to kinetic energy, moving energy. And people were saying he was a good person, but she never did anything, or he never did anything. And it's sad. That's sad. I've preached it many times. Just because you make it in heaven does not mean you will hear, well done, my good and faithful servant. Listen to those words. Well done, thy good and faithful. A lot of Christians out here right now that's just being good, but nobody's being faithful to the word. Not even me. I won't lie to you. It started to slip. I had so much planned for this year, and I have not done one thing yet. And I can rebuke myself. I'm open enough and I'm honest enough. I was excited about the water bottles, and then Minister Danielle left, and that hit me. That rocked me. Minister Chris, when they left, rocked me. Mike Gant and Lindsay, rocked me. Regina, Norman, they rocked me. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm happy you guys are here. I'm extremely happy. But I noticed that the flame that's supposed to burn forever started to go down. It wasn't as high. And I know some of that too. I needed to learn some things as well. But a lot of it was because I was basing my word on what I saw, basing my word on people. Right? That's what Christians do. So gullible. We don't base it on what God just said. We have to base it on what we see. That's why those who walk in faith, they don't walk by sight. We say it, but do we really know? Right? We start basing, well, man, the church is shrinking while we're here. See all these other little churches popping up, and I know what God told me. We would be the church that unifies all these other churches in Jacksonville. Now, whether that's big or huge or small, the word is we would be the church that will unify. Now, we've had words come forth that we would be a huge church. And I believe that. But do you believe it? But for me, I can only talk about me. You have to go home and do your own self-assessment. Have you lost the intensity on what God has spoken to me? For me, I know I have. I haven't done one outreach. That's not me. We've handed out one bottle. That's not me. One Q&A session. That's not me. And I hope you all are praying for me. I really do. Pray for me all the time. I need it. As I pray for you, every morning, everybody in the room is praying for me. When I'm in my traffic, when I'm walking to you, I'm praying. I cherish you all with everything inside of me. I'm going to do better. As a leader, I'm going to do better. And I need you all to do better too, because the word God gave you, the word God gave you, the word God gave you, the word He gave me. It all works together. It works together. And there's nobody's word that's more important than somebody's word. I need you to step into what God has for you in order for it to be a blessing for us. You need me to step into what God has told me in order for me, or it rather, to be a blessing for us. I need you to step into what God has told you so that it can be a blessing for us. Speaker, a powerful minister of the gospel. Step into it. You're going to change the outlook on youth through basketball, through just your fire, your intensity with God. Let's stop. Now I see what God is doing. Let's stop giving Him half. Let's give Him all. So simple. Let's give Him all. If we need to start meeting every Saturday just to pray for at least an hour, I'm okay with that. But we have to want what God has for us. The same way we want to go to the movies, the same way we want to go to rebounders, right? The same way we want the millions of dollars. We can sit down and we can plan how we're going to spend the millions of dollars, and we can sit there for hours. But let us pick up the Bible and sit there for hours, 15 minutes, or we're giving God something that's left over rather than something that's fresh. What do you mean by that? We playing God into our day when our day should be playing around God. Well, I'm not just talking to you. I'm definitely talking to you. I started this week just listening to the Bible. I started at Genesis chapter 1 on my Bible app. And right now I'm all the way down to Genesis, I want to say chapter 13 or 14. And as soon as because my routine was this, and I won't even lie to you, I'll be honest with you. My routine was as soon as my alarm clock rings, I go in the bathroom, I close the door, I go in the toilet area, I sit down, I use the restroom while I'm using the restroom on Facebook at 6 in the morning. Seeing what happened overnight. As soon as I see what happened in regular people's lives, then I go to ESPN and I'm looking to see what trades happen. God corrected me. It's like, dude, you can't even give me the first thing. You just woke up. You think just because you said thank you, Jesus, for waking me up, or thank you, God, for waking me up, that's enough? So 2 seconds compared to 10 minutes. And I would literally spend from 6 to 6:10 on ESPN and Facebook. I said, not this week. This week, my 6 to 16 has been listening to the Word of God. So what different can you do? What is there different can you do? And I'm not trying to beat you up by no means. I'm just at a place in my life right now where I want everything that God has for me. Everything. Everything. I'm seeing how important life is. I told you on Tuesday night, going through health issues, and I'm getting myself right. Losing the weight and getting that off of me completely. Why? Because I want to complete what God has for me. I don't want to be 32 or 31 in somebody's graveyard with missions that's incomplete. And you ought to say, I don't want to be 15 with missions that's incomplete. I don't want to be 14 or 13 with missions. I don't want to be 18 here soon with missions incomplete. missions that I know God has given me, missions to go speak to somebody and tell them God loves you at the grocery store. And I failed to complete my mission. I don't want to have the mission to go give $5 to the homeless guy, and I failed to complete my mission. I don't want to have the mission fair for you to come, or want you to have the mission for you to come and say, tell Apostle Warren that what he's doing is wrong, and God sees him, and you not completed. Apostle means absolutely nothing. Means nothing. That's just an office that I hold. That doesn't mean you can't come talk to me. Show me what they call Jesus, Apostle Jesus, Pastor Jesus. I'm realizing that I'm just Joshua Warren, servant of the Most High God, who's trying to complete the mission that he has tasked me with. We so seldomly forget that we are at war with a real enemy. Watch this. With an organized enemy. Show me one place in this Bible where you see demons fighting. Show me one place in this Bible where you see principalities fighting against principalities, or legions fighting against legions. I can show you in the Bible where Jesus says, how can the kingdom stand if Beelzebub cast out Beelzebub? So in other words, Jesus was saying, the enemy that we are fighting against, he is strong and he is united, he is together, and they are all on the same page with the same focus, the same mindset. Order is in place. And they're whooping our butts right now. Every church is concerned about itself. How can I make the church grow so I can pocket more money? God has been dealing with me this last week about this, because see, you put more effort into Next Level Lawn than you do into One Life. And I think you're forgetting that I gave you Next Level Lawn so that you can pursue One Life, not the opposite way. I gave you Next Level Lawn so you can have the freedom to study, so you can have the freedom to your nights back and your weekends back. But you're so tired chasing at the next level, you forget about it. The reason you're here, I prophesied for years, since 6. The reason you're here. How long? It's like Matthew 23. Jesus said, how long do I have to wait in order for you all to get it? How long? How long? I was going to talk about today presenting yourself, presenting your best, giving your best to God. Stop playing the hokey pokey with God. Put your right hand in. Take your right hand out. You put your right hand in. And you shake it all about. Notice in that game, the fun doesn't start until you get through all the body parts, and then you finally get to the one part of the song where it says, you put your whole self in, you take your whole self out, you put your whole self in, shake it all about. That's when you start hearing all the laughing. Oh, and laughing. Well, why is that? Because they're putting their whole self in. When are we going to put our whole self into God? So that's what we're talking about today. When are we going to put our whole self into Abel gave God his whole self, his best offering. Cain gave God whatever he could find. You got to ask yourself, what are you giving God? What are you giving God? I can tell you right now how you can be a judge. Pick a book in the Bible. Pick a book in the Bible that's hard to find. And if it takes you more than a minute to find it, God's not giving you all. Amen. It takes you more than a minute to find it. He's not giving you all. I learned this last week, when the radio asked the question, if you're such a basketball fan, tell me the 4 teams that don't have S in their name. And in 45 seconds, I had it. Heat, Magic, Jazz, Thunder. Boom, that quick. No S. Everybody else has S's in their team. Lakers, Pacers, Cavaliers, Pelicans. Everybody else was struggling with it. Celtics. Yeah. Around 45 seconds. Heat, Magic, Jazz, Thunder. Done. And I said, go find Obadiah in your life. Some of y'all didn't even know Obadiah was a book right now. Go find Amos. Go find Zephaniah. Go find Zechariah. Go find. And God just said, if you can't get to that in less than a minute, and I couldn't. Or if you have to do this, pick up the whole Bible, and you're always hearing Revelations, and you gotta flip through. Oh, find Nahum. If you gotta do this, then God's not getting our best. Oh, is that religious? Just remembering the Bible? I'm not trying to be legalistic here or religious. All I'm trying to say is, right now, if I tell you how to put on 2K, a video game, and I tell you, show me how to maneuver this game. You know how to maneuver the ins and out of that game, how to change this, how to change that, how to do that. Tell me how to get from here to the airport in less than 25 minutes. That's more my style. I can tell you every street turn. We were driving, I picked Ron up, and my brother-in-law and sister-in-law were in the car, and they're just talking, and it's like 5 o'clock traffic. She got here at like 4:45, something like 4:49. So it was the 5 o'clock traffic on Friday. And I stayed off of every main street, and everybody's looking like, yeah. It was no joke. Where we going? Are you trying? His exact words are you trying to taking us somewhere to kill us?
No, we were down in our team. We started coming up at 2. It was gridlock.
Yeah.
At 2 o'clock. Yeah. On 95 South. Yeah. Holiday weekend, like everybody moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous, and that was at 2. So 5, I would have been home for like 2-3 hours.
Yeah. So I knew that already.
Yeah.
I knew because I'm on the streets every day. I drive every day. I'm at least driving at least 100 to 200 miles every day. I promise you that. So I knew it all automatic. And here again, once again, here's God knocking on my door. Can you maneuver my word like that?
He said you're taking us somewhere to kill us.
Yeah, that's what he said. You're taking us somewhere to kill us. If he's watching, I'm just putting you out there. But What are you telling him? And then his wife's like, you know, Josh know every nook and cranny of this city. It's crazy. But we took back roads all the way to the airport, and we took even backer roads from the airport. Where are you going, dude? Did we hit one Main Street?
I went to the but not
No.
coming back.
No. We didn't go over no bridges at all. At 95, I hit Martin Luther King. Took that thing to San Marco, went through there and came out San Marco, came up to Phillips and got on Phillips for just a little bit and got right off of Phillips and was in the back row. Like, what is it? Where we at? I said, well, that's Emerson right there. This is St. Augustine. He was like, oh my God, you killing us, bro. You taking us to kill us.
But I always ask Joshua, I call him, how long people? And he can tell me off the top of his head, like the quickest way.
The quickest way. No traffic lights. You don't deal with traffic. I don't deal with traffic lights. You have so many yards to get to. You learn. You take risks and you take roads and you learn roads because traffic lights slow you down. Traffic slows you down. So all in and out. I don't know what it is for you. What you might know. You might know your cell phone. I mean, I know some people that can do stuff with the cell phone that, my goodness, they tap into the government. Computers, yeah. But I say go find Nahum. Right to the concordance. Or the index, rather. Is that the table of contents? Oh, it's on page 1193.
You're a baby Christian, it's okay. But don't stay a baby Christian your whole life, okay?
Well, it's in there. It's in there. Watch this. What is it about? What did he do? He's a minor prophet. What did he do? Did you even know he was a minor prophet? What did he do? What was his story about? It's not even a big book. I think it's like 1 chapter. 2 chapters. 3. 3 chapters. What did he do? Whatever he did, it was important enough for God to say, let's put him in the Bible. No, now, you gotta think about that, because Enoch was real saved to the point he just walked into heaven. But his book is not in the Bible. Like, his book is out there, you can go buy it and read what he wrote, but it wasn't in the Bible. It's not what we study on a day-to-day basis. But Nahum is. You know, who is that? I said, I can maneuver that piano right there, keyboard, to do whatever I want to do. When I make beats, I make sounds come out of that thing that you would not believe. But why is that? I spent the time with it. I wanted to give my best. I started this program, and my wife will tell you, I'm probably annoying her because I'm so. And when something don't feel right, like last night or this morning, I couldn't sleep at all. I really didn't sleep much. Probably got maybe 3 hours of sleep in all night. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out, because I know my body. I know when I put stuff in, I watch to see how my body responds to it, so I know exactly what it is. And here I am. She's like, well, maybe it's this. I'm like, no, baby, it's not that. It has to be this. And yesterday we did the same thing. Well, it's this. I'm gaining weight. The only thing I can think of while I'm gaining weight is those protein drinks. And the protein drink, I got to back off of them, and because they're stuffing me up. And I remembered this morning that the doctor said, don't take any kind of, what is it called? No. Any kind of cleansing things, any kind of detoxes. And I had to take a detox because I was carrying so much waste weight. And I took one in that tea yesterday, and it kept me up all last night with jitters, just checking my blood pressure. What's wrong? I feel fine, but I'm just shaking. But I went through every little nook and cranny. Can I do that with the Bible? Do I do that with his word? Or as soon as the pastor gives it to me, and what Jesus said in Matthew, as soon as I walk out the door, the enemy comes to attack the word, to see if it fell on good ground, stony ground, thorny ground, or just by the wayside. And some of us, we get the word and we don't believe it while we're getting it. We're crying and still don't believe it. The devil comes and he has stolen the word right from us. You never take time to take that word and go dissect it. You told me God told you you're going to be a millionaire. How? 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 I just out in Walmart and I saw on the as seen on TV how water balloon thing, bottle and $100, $10. The water balloon thing. No, it's the little thing that screws onto the tip of the water balloon like a little spray.
Oh yeah,
And it has 40 bags. And it has 40 bags. You turn the water on, and as when the bag gets full to capacity, they pop off and they close themselves.
I saw on television. You cook it and it fills them all at once.
And then it pops off. You don't have the time.
And then it does like
yeah. And you pop off into it. You just drop them down into the bowl, the bucket, and then you put the next one in, and you can have 80 for the water balloons in less than 30 seconds. But you say you're going to be a millionaire. God told you that. Wow. God tells you the end so that you can research him for the intricate detail. I was watching Shark Tank. You know, a guy had back problems. He hated bending down to get clothes out the laundry. So he invented something that as he takes clothes out the laundry bag, it pops up. Instant millionaire. They all four were on. You never have to bend your back to close just. Yeah. Instant millionaire. All four of the sharks were on there. I want to endorse this. What do you need from me?
Oh, it was on that show.
Yeah.
That's what it's called?
I believe so.
You did have something.
But he said you're going to be a millionaire. What, you going to sit there and wait for it? I told you last week, God will not do anything you can do, but he'll do everything you can. You get the witty idea, he'll put you in front of people. I don't know where to start. He'll have somebody call you. I can't tell you how many real estate people have called me in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Why don't you come sit in one of our classes? I'm asking God, is this something you want me to do? Is this how you want to give me money? Want me to get in flipping houses? I really don't care to do that. I don't want to go through all the classes and courses. Flipping houses. But I know I have an eye for flipping houses. And I can take a house and flip it. I can tell you how many calls I've gotten. I'm sitting on a free class. We're trying to start here up in Jacksonville. We'll teach you how to get the bank to give you money. See, the issue is you just want somebody to ring the doorbell and drop 15 million on the door.
Oh, yeah, you go to the house.
It could be a book. You got some books in you. I know that for a fact. The way you think and the way you talk, you got some books in you. Pin it out. Stop laziness. Right here, I got songs in me. I'm waiting on my dad. Daddy, please let me get in the studio. There's plenty of other guys around here in the studio. She told me that. I'm waiting on my dad, waiting on my dad. The years are ticking away. And yes, God will restore the years. I'm a firm believer of that. But why does he have to restore something if we can just leave it? That comes from not presenting our best to him. Now ask yourself, have I truly been giving God my best? Have I truly been giving him my best? Or does he get the leftovers? Now, don't get me wrong, leftovers are good. They hit the spot sometimes. But not every day.
Yeah.
Not every day. I have some fish soup in there. It's good. It's best to eat it the day after because all the seasoning seep in and it's delicious and it's so good. But nobody gonna sit there and eat that fish soup for the next week straight. Well, I read my Bible, but you read the same verse. For a week, I was meditating on it. Really? That's not how you get to know God. He wants to know you. I'm convinced. I talked to him this whole morning. God, what's going on with me? There is something wrong with me, and he taught me that it's the detox. He brought something back to me that happened almost 3.5 months ago. What the lady said. She said a lot, and there was a lot going on that night because my wife did too much, particularly careful how she was talking. So I was trying to calm my wife down, make sure I'm good, and listen to her. And he brought something back from almost 3 weeks ago. A little phrase, don't try any detoxer. Get the blood pressure under control. And I remembered it this morning. He quickened me in my spirit this morning. What is he quickening you in your spirit to do? To bring somebody? Is it to advertise? You want to really make this thing better? Tell us what we need. For the camp, you need a camcorder? Josh should be better with that. Tell us. We'll go get it. Let's give them our best. I'm committed to studying my word more. So I don't want to be no. I do a lot already, but I don't want to be shabby. Coming up here talking to his children. There's tons of revelation that has come across this pulpit or this room that I know my wife has gone out and shared with people and has blown their mind. But guess what? There's a ton more.
It's all going to be a test. It's all going to be a test. Why did you do it? I mean, even non-believers listening.
Well, that's a part of your calling. The word is that you will be able to speak to those in the church and those in corporate here. What's so important about 21 days? Why are the days that God chose to use so important? I didn't know why the children of Israel got 40 years until I researched and realized that they got a year for each day they was scouting the land. And why was it 40? And why is that 40 the same 40 used with Noah? Why was Jesus tempted 3 days and he was in the grave for 3 days? And in the wilderness for 40 days. Why is 7, the number of completion? Why is that used throughout the whole Bible so much? Why is it? We don't take time to really break this stuff down. We really see what's happening. Not that we want to argue with people, but we just want the revelation for ourselves. So when God talks to us and say, hey, 40 days, you automatically know, okay, I know what's happening. Why 21 days? Why did Daniel fast for 21 days? He needed an answer. Yeah, but the answer came in day 1 according to my Bible. Why did Jabez pray? Lord, expand my territory. What was he going through for him to pray something like that? Watch this. Why was Job the richest man in the East, according to chapter 1, but yet God tells him don't despise small beginnings? Huh? He's already rich. So could it be true riches aren't until I come into true knowledge of who God is? Once he came into true knowledge of who God was, God says at the end of Job, he gave him double of what he had at the beginning, and he was already rich. But yet God said, what you have before me is a small beginning. Whether it's millions or if it's 2 cents. The talent that you have to play basketball, it might have been good, but it's a small beginning when you came into God. The talent you have to work with computers back there for, to break down games. I don't think you know how talented you are to figure out stuff. God said, when you come into me, though, that all that you know is a small beginning. And by the end of where I'm taking you, you have double. Right? What are you going to do? That's the question. I know what I'm going to do. We're going to get back on it. I don't care if it's just you here, Farrah. We're going to get back on it. We're going to get back out there. We're going to pass out some water bottles. We're going to put this address down on the path. I'm a little nervous about that. We're walking in fear. Because I don't want nobody crazy to come up in the house and here I am fighting. Because that's what the devil will do. Show you all what's going on in the world and make you forget that you serve the one who owns the world. You serve the one who says the earth is but a footstool to him. And you start making decisions out of fear, thinking that you're being safe. Well, maybe we need to get a building first. The Bible says, knowing that you know the Bible says if you're waiting for the perfect time to sow, you'll never sow. 6 months has gone by, 7 months almost. We have not sown into this community yet. Let's change it. Let's change it. We're going to get our shirts back on. We're going to go out there and we're going to stand out some more. We're going to put in a Q&A session. Start praying on maybe one Saturday after month. We're going to watch God start to fulfill because we can't move until we start breaking down strongholds. The Bible makes it very clear. This world belongs to the devil. He is the God of this world. However, the Bible also makes it clear that Jesus, even though the devil is the God of this world, Jesus has the authority and the power in this world. So in other words, he's a God with no power, a ruler with no authority. But yet, he's dictating how we run our lives, and we don't even know why. Because he's son. And why we get this illusion that he's gonna come in loud and boisterous when he didn't do that from the beginning of time. He showed us who he was. He showed us who he was with Jesus. Offers you the world. Just obey him. Little things that you think are good are nothing but distractions. That's causing frictions in between family and family. I made a commitment to my wife a couple weeks ago. We're going to start going to your mom and dad's house every Sunday, at least 1 hour. Every Sunday. I'm not going to let anger and animosity and what happened some years ago now stop us from loving them. Every Sunday, I said, mark it on the book, at least an hour, at least. Today will be, what is that? Taking back my family. Because the enemy will drive wedges. You don't even know it because you're so busy trying to justify your point. And it's nothing about the enemy, but the enemy driving wedges between family because he knows if he can keep the family apart. There's no strength. A family that prays together with a family that doesn't is divided. You saw what my mother-in-law was backing in the church and organizing the church and bringing snacks and showing up to church every week, actually learning something and saying, son, I'm actually learning something. So what did he do? He drove a wedge between our relationship. But now it's time for us to go back and pick up those wedges. It's time for you in your life to go back and pick up wedges. Come on. You just sat here and saying, I surrender all to you, withholding nothing. This is true surrender. God, whatever you want me to do, I am going to do. No questions. No ifs, or buts about it. Whatever you need me to do, Lord, the answer is yes. At the end of that song, we sang yes. Go rectify it. There's a wedge between you and your son, go rectify it. Stop letting it be. It is what it is. That's not the Christian mentality. The Christian mentality is if you have an alt, you go. Matthew chapter 18. Out of the heart, the abundance of the heart, your mouth speaks. So check your tone too while you're at it. You want to know where you're at in God? See how you're talking. Nothing but filthiness coming out your mouth. Dirty jokes, cuss words. Or maybe it's not to that extreme. Maybe it's just a bunch of doubt and unbelief. Last night, all I spoke was life. Life, life, life. I feel great right now. Life, life, life. I know as soon as this is over, I'm probably going to lay down and go right to sleep. Life, 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 life. Don't let the enemy drive a wedge. Your mom is not trying to be hard on you. She's making you into a man. She's calling you out of boyhood the best way she knows how. And calling you into manhood. Don't let that drive away between you. Yes, it might get on your nerves. I can't eat this tonight. Or I gotta wash the dishes. Or I gotta vacuum. I gotta pick up after myself. I can't do this. I can't do that. Don't roll your eyes. She's driving you into manhood and pulling you out of boyhood. But let me tell you something. You're gonna open your eyes one day. You're gonna be 23. You don't want to be a 23 like me, out there on your own, by yourself, and don't know what to do. And have to learn it when your parents was teaching it to you right there in the house. So don't argue, don't fuss. Yes, ma'am. What about me? I got feelings too. I know you do. When you have your kids, you can express your feelings. Don't get mad at mom, man. Only get one mom. Only get one. If you want your mom to be a part of your life, you do. I know that. I don't get much time to speak to my mom. I don't see her at all. I barely talk to her. When I talk to her, it's very, I call her and I get sent to voicemail. You get one more. Get two dads. There's a heavenly dad and an earthly dad. You only get one more. So respect her, man. Respect her. She asks you to do something, do it with everything inside. Yes, man. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. You don't let the enemy drive wedges. You don't want to be out there like your older brother. You don't want to be out there like that. That's a hard road. He knows it. It's a hard road. I talked to him too. It's a hard road when you out there by yourself, trying to get. Step back and do what you're supposed to do. Full flag. Same thing with you, little boy. Big man. Have Bible study with your sister. Get to know God. Get to know Him. You're going to need it. You're going to high school. It's a lot of temptations. Girls are more developed. You're not an ugly boy. I don't know if you noticed that. You're ugly. You're not ugly at all. It's not the same type of girl like in middle school. You don't see flat chests anymore, flat booties anymore. It starts to be more round. And your eye, you find your eyes doing this. You have to learn how to control your eye. Because you already know they're going to dress provocative. You know that already. That's a given. You don't need Jesus to get you through high school. Then you don't need even more Jesus to get you through college. It's works. Freedom is there. Ain't nobody over your back saying you need to be in the house by this time. Ain't nobody not saying you gotta ask you to go somewhere. You're in college. Do what you want to do. Hopefully our teaching the first 12 years or 18 years of your life gets you through college alive. You need Jesus. Don't take it for granted. You need him. 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 Tell him. If not, babies come. STDs come. They come. They're not gonna hurt myself. They're not gonna hurt anything. Don't mess around and play sport. Oh, you thought all the girls were like your sister? Self-control. Self-control only comes to knowing God. Anybody got it? We'll pick up this next week Sunday. Present God with your best. But this week, care group and whatnot. Next day or so, the holiday, fireworks going on. Just think about what wedges could be. The way you kind of slacked off and that you can improve back home, get back on top of the game when it comes down to what God is telling you.
Something that we need to make our ministry mobile. In other words, I feel like in the house we've gotten very comfortable. And I just feel like, and it made me piggyback on what you said about outreach and getting back out. And I was just telling somebody yesterday about the work we did with the work on time. But, and not just for us being mobile, but I just think that's what we're supposed to be doing as Christians. We're supposed to be mobile. We're not supposed to be centered on the front. And I feel like we're at a place where we're doing, okay, so we were supposed to be different. And we knew that people would come and that they would be healed. But I don't think, and I don't know if we spent a lot of time with really understanding how it is that we're supposed to impact the city. And I know we can't do it sitting in one building all the time. And I don't know if we spend enough time coming up with ways of mobilizing ministry, of reaching out to different areas.
So I was thinking a couple of weeks ago that every once in a while we could just do service in a different location,
That's
like
what
at, like at a park.
Mhm.
Like I was thinking, like the
The tent or something
Park.
like that.
downtown across the street from the library. Oh, I was just thinking.
Yeah, there's different places, I mean, where
Yeah.
people are, where they're running, where they're passing by. I mean, just to get out and for people to see us, and not to give them so much work, but just to love God. Something simple. Somebody said a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, about Tiffany. Was we here? Was something
I
like
don't
that?
think so.
I think more than a tip. I think you might need a couple of years.
No, I'm not saying to do it, Tiffany. I'm saying that someone brought it up. And I don't know if the thought behind that was something along the lines of more than ministry.
I was at maybe get a couple of grills and go down there and find out some hot dogs and hamburgers. And say, just, right there, right there to the mall plaza. Five hot dogs there, in the gazebo. I can say the word now. You know, I think about that word.
I think you, but along those lines, I think you have to.
The diesel.
Because I know at parks you have to. So, I mean, I'm just
permit
giving
to
you.
do what?
To get away from
Mhm.
it.
Like if you're gonna,
Oh, there's so many rules for
well,
everything.
because remember when you even reserve a park here, in the state,
I've never reserved a park,
you have
so
to have a permit.
I didn't know.
You have to reserve it.
This is pastor I was on the radio and like he's passed away, but he used to travel around the US and do with his tent or whatever. And he said a big part of the reason why he did it was because there's a lot of people that'll never go inside of the church, but they'll go inside of the tent.
Exactly, yeah. And I think, and it's open and I think for some people.
You can
maybe
come
they
in
feel a little
and out
safe.
and
Yeah,
yeah.
I can
Yeah.
stand on the, outside and look and then decide where I want to go,
Mhm.
and really not in, but under. I met a guy when I was in Michigan, and he gave me information about the ministry that he's a part of. He said it's a huge ministry, and they have church houses. And church houses, something where since the church is so big, they have people who like how we have care group, but it's not just right. It's a lot. It's like maybe 50 to 100 people, maybe even more.
Wow.
And I'm not, but they're calling it a house, but I don't think it's always at a house.
Yeah.
It's just at different places. But he was telling me how they feed the homeless, and they're in I don't know if it's an RV or something like a food truck or something like that, and they go around the different parts of the city. And what I thought was really neat is they don't just feed the people, like they have the people on one line, like they do one, then they have the service on the other line. And with the people with the homeless that are coming through the line, they'll have someone there talking to them along the way, like asking them, okay, about their dietary needs or whatever, what they can and can't eat, what they want to eat. And as they're walking away, they walk with the person to their seat and just come back to this. Just think about wow, I like it. And but I don't think it's odd that I had the conversation with him. And then I remember the conversation that I think it was Josh Trujillo just talking about the tent, but I don't think he was telling us to do it. He was just giving an example or something. And then for us to have this conversation today, I don't think it's. But I do remember the word that was spoken about what we're supposed to purpose to do, and the fact that we're going to be um, an impact on the city. But if we're going to impact the city, it is definitely not going to be in the building all over every single
Well, anybody else? Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time today and your word, this time of correction, this time of reigniting our fire. Lord God, I thank you for throwing the flame or the gas back on the flame. We don't take it for granted. We don't take it lightly, but we give you all the honor and praise. Thank you, Lord, for worship. We surrender all to you, Lord. How we love your name. You are so awesome, and we bless you. Thank you for protection throughout this week, Lord God, ministering in your name as we commission you now. Go forth into Monday through, or the rest of this day through next week, Sunday, and make it safe. We declare the word over us, Lord, in Psalm 91, where it says, 1,000 may fall on our left side, 10,000 at our right hand, but it shall not come nigh us. As long as we are continually and confidently trusting in you, there is no such thing as sudden death. So, Father God, we declare today with all confidence that we are continually and confidently trusting in you. That being said, there is no such thing as sudden death in Jesus' name. Lord, we thank you for those who are giving. In Jesus' name, I think that this is good ground to give it to you. And I thank you, Lord, that we are passionate about the call once again, getting back involved in our community and our fellow brothers. In Jesus' name we pray, believe, and declare. Amen. For those who may be watching, I just want to tell you a little different service today, but I hope you were tremendously blessed by it as I was. I hope you got something for it from it. And know that we love you. And thank you for praying for my wife as she's back in town, as you can see. And we'll see you Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Sorry, 7 p.m. Love you guys. Be blessed.